Hi guys, Alistair Taylor down here at Lytham Golf Academy, and today I'm going to show you how to hit the ball and then ground just like the tour players. Right then guys, so the importance of being able to hit the golf ball first and then the ground is huge. If you want to maximise the distance you hit your shots, you have to be able to transfer your energy from the club head to the golf ball, and if the club head's hitting the ground first, we're in trouble. We might get away with our low point being behind the ball slightly and just pick the ball, but we're not really going to compress the ball, which again is going to cost us distance, and I don't know anybody who wants to hit the ball shorter. Right then guys, if this is your first time down watching one of my videos, welcome down to Ali Taylor Golf. I hope you're enjoying today's content, and if you are, click the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and then you'll find out when I drop a new video. But for now, let's get on with how you're going to hit the ball and then ground like a tour player. Ground first, again. Right then guys, so I've done a lot of videos talking about the importance of, first of all, understanding in the golf swing that if we're going to strike an iron shot particularly, but any shot where the ball's on the floor, that we need to make sure that when we swing the golf club, the lowest point, when our club head meets its lowest point, it's after the golf ball to give that ball and then ground contact. That first shot I've hit there, decent swing, but bottomed out early and just losing all the distance on the shot. And even though it was nice and accurate, you just don't take loads of satisfaction from that shot. So one of the tools I use in my coaching is something called BodyTrack, which is a mat that measures whereabouts the pressure is in your feet during the golf swing. And it's very interesting because what you see with the best players in the world is there's a theme as to how they use the pressure in the ground to strike really good shots. And what we generally see with all the best players in the world is that at address we'll maybe see a little bit more pressure on that lead foot, and as we swing back the pressure shifts towards the right, and as we're reaching the top of the backswing the pressure already moves left, and as we get halfway down they've got at least 70% of their pressure in their left foot, in their lead foot, and then as a result that keeps going, the low points after the golf ball, and they compress the golf ball, and obviously with their fantastic club head speed they get some great distance. Now what I generally see with a lot of amateur golfers is that even if they get into a decent address position and they allow the weight and the pressure to move back, on the way down, I tend to see 70% pressure still in that right leg. So I think sometimes it's difficult for golfers to actually grasp the concept and feel how much pressure should be in that lead leg halfway down. So I think a great little drill to get that going is the step drill. But I would actually do it rather than, I've done a video in the past where I've started with my feet together, I'd actually start with my feet apart. And what I would do is from there, when you swing back, I'm actually going to let your left foot move off the ground. And as you reach the top, we're going to stamp the left foot down and swing. So very much going to be. And the harder you can stamp that lead foot into the floor, the more that pressure's moving across, the quicker it's moving across, and the further forward we can get that low point. So I'm going to just do a couple of practice swings, then I'm going to hit a couple of shots, really feeling I exaggerate it. We're going to use TrackMan to measure where my low point is, and I'm kind of going to see, by really exaggerating it, just how far forward can I move my low point, and then when I hit shots with my feet stable, how much can I maintain that? And it's definitely going to help you strike the ball better, hit ball and then turf first. So we'll do a couple of practice swings. And even for me, that really feels like I'm pressing down. So we'll do it as a swing, try and hit a shot. Not worried really where these are going for now. So my low point there, 1.7 inches after the golf ball. So not bad. Let's go again and see if we can really stamp that left foot down. got a really good contact. 4.2 inches. Now this isn't to say that's where I would be touching the ground, because the club would continue into the ground a little bit after it makes contact. So some of the best players in the world, their low point can even be 7, 8, 9 inches after the golf ball. And what that does is it makes the club move a little steeper into the ball, de-lofts the golf club, and that's where, when they've got their club head speed, another reason why they hit the ball so far. So let's go one more with the step drill. And that does feel very exaggerated, even though my low point's not miles forward there. Definitely that's going to give me that ability to hit ball and then ground. So what I then want to feel is, if you try that, you probably won't strike the ball great to begin with, because it's going to feel like there's a lot of moving around going on. But then when we swing, want to feel that as we're getting to the top, we're already starting to push into that left foot, and we're going to keep pushing in for as long as we can. Okay. So that felt decent. Good strike, 4.6 inches, so that's good. It's a long way forward for me, and definitely for me one of the advantages, I don't generally hit behind the golf ball, but I sometimes get my low point a little too close, because actually the club head catches up a bit early. So when that low point's further forward for me, actually helps me get a bit of shaft lean, a little bit more ball speed, and therefore a little bit more distance. So again, let's see if we can exaggerate that feeling. That does feel good. 5.1 inches after. And what are we looking at distance wise? 170. So again, I'd absolutely take that with 7iron for me. Let's go one last one. Let's see if I can get that low point even further forward. Again, felt a really good swing. Not quite as far forward, but a really good shot. And again, just over 170. So if you are one of those golfers who struggles making sure that we get ball and then ground, and it's very, very exposed in the UK at the moment. We've had a lot of rain, the fairways are very, very soft, and if you're just a tiny bit out with that impact, you really lose a huge amount of distance. But if you can get a feel for how much you can press into that left foot in the downswing, at the start of the downswing, that's going to help you move your low point forward, hit ball first, and then ground. Right then guys, so you can see there a little bit of an exercise. It's maybe just a slight tweak on an old favourite. And obviously I've done that a lot of times, so don't necessarily rush too quickly to introduce the golf ball. Do lots and lots of practice swings, get a little bit of a feel for it, then hit some shots, and don't worry what the contact's like to begin with. Once we start striking the ball though, then get those feet nice and stable. Try and get a feel as close as you can. You won't be able to exaggerate it quite as much as when you're actually moving, but try and really exaggerate how much pressure you get into that lead foot. And the more you can do it, you're really going to see a big difference in how you strike the ball and how far the ball's going. And like I said earlier in the video, I don't think anyone wants to hit it shorter, and I think everybody would take a bit more distance with their irons. And if you've got that control there as well, that's the best of both worlds. So guys, hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, like and share it, comment below. I'll get back to as many people as I can. If you don't currently subscribe, consider clicking the subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and then you'll find out when I drop a new video. Follow me on all my other social media platforms, all under Ali Taylor Golf. Hopefully catch up with you guys down there soon. Stay in contact.